Iran continues to protest. Thousands are back on the streets despite a deadly crackdown and a threat of death penalty. Well, Iran's internet blackout is now past the 60-hour mark. 2 weeks of demonstrations have posed one of the biggest challenges to the authorities who have ruled Iran since 1979. Fresh videos that are coming out of Tehran and other cities, likely using Starlink satellite transmitters. These show how the protests have spread far and wide. In Mashhad, the hometown of Iran's supreme leader, protesters gathered along a highway, chanting slogans as fires burned around them. The protesters were heard chanting, "Pahlavi will return" and "Long live the king." Another video shared on social media showed crowds gathered in Punak Square in capital Tehran. They chanted anti-government slogans and "Long live the Shah" as fireworks erupting were overheard. The internet is down in Iran and phone lines have been cut off. According to US-backed human rights activist news agency, the death toll in the protests has grown to at least 116, while over 2,600 people have been detained. In London, a protester briefly replaced the flag of the Islamic Republic of Iran on its London embassy with a former flag. A video posted to social media showed a man replace the flag with one used during the rule of the ousted Shah. It stayed in place for several minutes before being removed. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump said on Saturday that his country was ready to help the movement. Trump wrote on social media that Iran is looking at freedom, perhaps like never before. The USA stands ready to help. The message invited a sharp response from Iranian government. Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, warned that any US attack would lead to Tehran striking back. Israel and regional US military bases would be considered legitimate targets.
تروریستی از داخل شروع شد و این
On the other hand, Iran's exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi welcomed Trump's support. Addressing the protesters, Pahlavi told them not to abandon the streets and claimed that he will soon be by their side. The son of Iran's deposed Shah, Reza Pahlavi asked for demonstrators to take to the streets on Sunday evening once again.
Know that you are not alone. Your compatriots around the world are proudly shouting your voice, and you must surely see images of their numerous and widespread presence through your television screen. The world today stands beside your national revolution and admires your courage. In particular, President Trump, as the leader of the free world, has carefully observed your indescribable bravery and has announced that he is ready to help you. Do not abandon the streets. My heart is with you. I know that I will soon be by your side.
Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian is expected to address the people today. The demonstrations began on December 28th over the collapse of the Iranian rial currency. The protests have since intensified and grew into calls directly challenging Iran's theocracy.
The Speaker of Iran's parliament has directly threatened both the United States and Israel over America's warning that it could intervene militarily in the ongoing demonstrations that are shaking the Islamic Republic. Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf made the comments as his fellow lawmakers rushed the floor and shouted "Death to America." This was aired live on Iranian state television and shows just how much Iran is trying to push back as these protests go on.